Okay, this is part 3. We got it in the shop here. We're going to try to disassemble this valve. Okay, I already broke this fitting with the breaker bar, so let's take it out, see what we can see in here. Okay, definitely a lot of rust and stuff in there. Okay, there's some kind of, let me get my glasses on here. Got to figure out how to get this thing apart. Let's blow this out, take a look in there. Oh yeah, definitely a lot of rust and stuff in there. Okay, there's an Allen on there. Let me take it over to the parts washer and run some solvent through this thing, and then I'll come back here and see if I can break that. Definitely it's full of rust. Let's look real quick. Let's just run a screwdriver in there and see if we can make that thing move. I doubt it'll move. I think this is exactly what the problem was all along. Funny thing is, yeah, it's not moving. See, a little bit of tapping on it, it's frozen up. So what that tells me right there is that when this thing would come on, it had 90 pounds of pressure, but this is where the discharge is. It has to push down on this, and there's probably a spring down in there, and this thing would not move, and it wouldn't discharge, and for long I couldn't figure it out. And like I said, I looked all over the internet and YouTube, and nothing about this. So at least I hope this could help someone out in troubleshooting this if this problem ever happens to somebody. Definitely frozen up. Okay, so I know that's what the problem is. I can tell right now. We're gonna, yeah, it won't even move. That's exactly what it is. It's just like it's blocked straight off. You can see in there. So this thing, I'm gonna run some solvent in it. I can see it's frozen. There's probably a spring in here. Okay, so we're gonna have to figure out how to free this up. I'll take that Allen out, run this through. Just give me a second here and I'll run a little solvent, but it might take me a while to get this thing apart. Definitely, I can almost bet that when I put this back on, it's gonna work. So I'm happy about that, for sure. We just have to see if we can salvage this and clean it up and get it to work. But it's probably just, you know, this thing's been sitting a while. In fact, it's an older unit, but it had low hours on it. We bought it used, intending to use it as for a sandblaster. You know, it kind of goes along. We do a few jobs, even for some of our own stuff. It's nice to have a sandblaster that you can clean parts up and stuff and whatever you're doing. Sometimes you get a nasty cylinder. But I want to show you in there. If you can see that. It's got an Allen there. I'll take that out. I see some like nylon. It's like a little piston in there. Okay, we just have to figure out how to disassemble this. You can see a little discharge hole there, probably for any leakage or anything, but let me pop this out. Let me get an Allen. Let's see. I'm not going to sit here and video all this. I'm going to try to get it apart. And instead of doing a long, drawn-out video trying to show you how if I can't get this thing out that easy. Because it's frozen, definitely frozen. But you get the idea what's going on here. Okay, that's going to give us a problem. I can see that. Because the Allen's all, maybe it's a metric. cause a problem getting this thing apart. Okay. One thing with this, you want to make sure that you don't make this thing. Okay, I'm going to see if I have a metric one that I can get in there on a socket. You don't want to screw that up, strip it out, and then you're going to have a hell of a time getting it out of there. Now I have some metrics here. Let's just see if I can find the right one for it. Not that one, not that one. Okay, well, that's turning, but almost like need an impact on it. Now, maybe this comes apart. I'm not sure. Maybe that's, let's just see how lightly put a thing on it. Maybe this comes off. Not sure. I don't want to dent that all up. Definitely taking that off. Grab it towards the end there. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to do it or not. Oh, there we go. Okay. So you see, I hear a spring in there. So I might get lucky. This is probably how it comes apart. So we got lucky on that. Okay, there's a spring. There's a plunger in there. So I'm thinking it comes out. Let's tap it out this way and see if it'll go out. Yep. Now it's starting to free up. There's a little pop-it deal. I think that's frozen up. Let me get a punch and see if I can free that up real quick. We're getting somewhere now. Hopefully this helps somebody else out that has this problem. I'm just glad that I think this is it. Yep. Okay, that's definitely tight. We're going to clean all this up. Get it out of there, put it on the lathe and polish these things. Okay, now the poppet's working. See that? Before it was totally shut. Now the poppet's working. But I want to get this out. That's how it should work. So before I couldn't even move that. Definitely the problem. Okay, that's all rusted up. We'll keep messing with this till we get it out. That's how the poppet should work, just like that. It's like a check. Now you can see it's coming out. I'm going to keep doing that and get it out of there. There it comes. There it comes. Okay, there you can see it. There's the problem right there. So it has an O-ring on it. We'll buff this out. There's the poppet. Another spring in there. Whoop, what's that crap? Kind of rock or something. So there's a spring in there. That little poppet valve will clean all this stuff up. It's like that. So I'm going to end this video. I'm going to buff this out. I'll hone this out. Really clean this up good. I'm almost 100% now that when I get this cleaned up and put back on, it's going to work. So I'll show you that, the final startup. So stand by for the final one after this.